Riding a motorcycle has never been for the faint of heart, but since Missouri repealed its helmet law for anyone under the age of 26, state statistics show motorcycle fatalities have jumped 35%. 202 riders have died just in the 18 months since the repeal. But what's equally disturbing and rarely discussed is what is happening to the helmetless riders who survive. Brent Clark, who now lives in Kansas, survived such a crash years ago in Oklahoma.
22-foot station wagon pulled out in front of me,
sending him and his bike flying. He was 21.
The person that I knew that I lived 21 years to build was erased.
A brain injury left him unable to feed himself or even form a coherent sentence. He moved back in with his parents. It took him years to rebuild his life and decades to get over the uncontrollable anger often caused by brain injuries. He believes his injuries would have been less severe if he'd been wearing a helmet.
I truly enjoy the experience of riding a motorcycle. It's very free, it's very enjoyable, and it's also deadly dangerous.
Maureen Cunningham with the Missouri Brain Injury Association said no one in Missouri tracks brain injuries among motorcycle riders, but other states have. Pennsylvania reported a 78% increase in head injury hospitalizations after repealing its law, and Michigan brain injuries increased 14%. Those paying the price weren't just the riders, but the families.
It's that call that you get at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's a phone call Margaret Shetley will never forget.
I called my best friend. I says, what do I pray? Do I pray he live or do I pray he die?
Her son David, an engineering student at the University of Kansas, had been in a motorcycle accident. Doctors told her he was paralyzed and had a brain injury. David became Margaret's second child with a brain injury. Her daughter was injured in a car accident when she was 2.
I prayed to God and I said, God, I can handle the broken parts, but I can't handle the broken brain.
Yet she has for more than 15 years. David had been riding his bike about 70 miles per hour when he believed someone hit him from behind, sending him crashing into a concrete barrier. He survived, most likely because he was wearing a helmet. But at that speed, even a helmet can only do so much.
I've been to the emergency room over 50 times.
Fighting off infections and other problems. He also battles delusions, a common symptom of traumatic brain injury. Here's what he said when we asked him how he was coping.
When I went to this other dimension, I was met by some interdimensional forces.
A delusion that a brain injury expert told us appears to be helping him come to terms with his accident so many years ago. David told us the forces had a message for him about his accident.
It's not my fault.
It was a sad day for me because I got to tell you,
Dr. Michael Moncourt says that was his reaction when he heard Missouri had repealed the helmet law. As head of trauma at University Health, Moncourt says that in the past 2 years, the number of fatalities from all brain injuries have doubled at his hospital.
severe enough you see lacerations to the skull where you see brain matter.
The driving force behind repealing Missouri's law was Senator Eric Burleson, a Republican from Springfield. We tried to ask him about the increase in deaths and injuries, but he declined to talk to us. But motorcycle enthusiasts understand exactly why the law was repealed.
I think it's important. It was important to repeal the law because it's a freedom of choice.
Gail Worth, who sells motorcycles, supports the repeal, although it hasn't changed her personal riding habits.
Personally, I wear a full-faced helmet every single time I ride, and I think everyone should wear a full-face helmet every single time they ride. However, I'm not going to force my beliefs on anybody else.
But it's a choice Margaret Shetley knows has consequences for the entire family.
Not just the physical challenge for me to take care of him. Every day I watch my son, and it hurts because I know who he was and I know who he wants to be.
Linda Wager, Fox 4 News.